And Abraham said to his eldest servant of his house that ruled over all that he had, Put, I pray thee, thy hand under my thigh. I will make thee swear by the Lord, the God of heaven, the God of the earth, thou shalt not take a wife unto my son of the daughters of the Canaanites, among whom I dwell. But thou shalt go into my country, and to my kindred, and take a wife unto my son Isaac.
After Abraham asked this of his servant, the servant said, "Oh, can I take Isaac with me to find him a wife?" And Abraham said, "Please don't take my son away. I know that if you promise me that you can find him a wife, then you'll know how to find her. And I know that an angel of the Lord will help you." And so he made a promise and a covenant with Abraham that he would go find him a wife for Isaac. And so the servant didn't really know what to do. So when he got to the well that was right outside the city, it was around the time that all of the girls in the kingdom would go and get water from the well. And so the servant said in a prayer to Heavenly Father in his heart, he said, "If a woman comes to this well and I ask her to give me a drink, she'll give me a drink, and then she'll also ask to give my camels a drink. And if that happens, then I know that she is the right woman for Isaac." And right after, not even before he finished his prayer, he saw a beautiful woman walk up to the well, and her name was Rebecca. And so the servant said to Rebecca, "Let me, I pray thee, drink a little water of thy pitcher." And she said, "Drink, my lord." And she took down her pitcher off of her hand and gave him a drink. And when she had been done giving him his drink, she said, "I will draw water for thy camels also until they have done drinking." And she quickly emptied her pitcher and filled it up again and gave it to the camels until all of the camels were not thirsty anymore. The servant was surprised that this happened so quickly. And so he gave her an earring that was gold and 2 bracelets for her hands that were of 10 shekels weight of gold. And he said, "Whose daughter are you?" And she said, "I am the daughter of Bethuel, the son of Milcah," and that her dad's name was Nahor. The servant was so grateful that the Lord answered his prayer so quickly that he knelt down and he blessed the Lord. And so Rebecca went into her house and she told them about Abraham's servant. And Rebecca's brother Laban invited him into the house and said, "Come into our house and we will give your camels a nice place to rest, and we'll give you some food and some shelter as well." And they gave him food and water and put it out in front of him. And he said,
"And there was set meat before him to eat. But he said, I will not eat until I have told mine errand."
He then told them about Abraham and how Sarah bore Isaac in her old age, and that Isaac needed a wife, and that he was meant to find one for him. And he told them about the prayer that he said at the well, and how Rebecca was an answer to his prayer, and asked if he could take Rebecca with him to go marry Isaac. At first, Rebecca's family was very sad because they didn't want to lose Rebecca so quickly. And so they asked the servant to stay at their house for a few days. And the servant said, "No, I need to go. I need to be fast because I made a covenant with Abraham." And so they said, "Let's ask Rebecca what she thinks." And so they called in Rebecca and said, "Are you ready to go with this man right now? He wants to leave." And Rebecca replied, "I will go." And so the servant gave Rebecca's family some riches and some gold and some precious things. And then they got on their camels and they went back home. When they got close to Isaac's house, Isaac was out in the field and he started running towards the camels, and Rebekah saw Isaac and she said, "Who is that?" And she fell in love with him immediately. And Isaac also really loved her. And so they went into the tent where his mother was, because Sarah was really old now and really sick and about ready to die. And so in the tent where Rebekah was laying, that's where Isaac and Rebekah got married. Now I want to ask you, what have you learned about Abraham's servant? What qualities does he have that you would like to develop? Pause the video as you discuss this question. Now another question. What have you learned about Rebekah? And what qualities does Rebekah have that you would like to develop? This is the end of the video, so just discuss this question with each other. Thank you for watching.